rev too much.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to feel the brakes out on that.
All good.
Try not to throw it in.
Let it work its way out just a little bit more here, and then come in.
I put the meth on too to... That was it.
Yeah, that was your 133.
God damn it, dude! And I shouldn't have fucking put the meth on.
Dude, you had a 133 right there. It fucking...
It bogged like I lost a whole solid second. Son of a bitch. And I did it when we came over the short. I should have left it alone.
I saw what you were doing and I was like...
Should have said, Justin, stop!
Oh, I didn't know that was bad.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he's turning on the other fan? Okay, we're good.
No.
You should have just fucking left it.
I should.
You can never leave anything alone.
I can't. God. Oh, you idiot, Justin.
It's all good.
Yeah, that was a 133 probably, now that I'm looking at that. And that bogged hard.
It definitely was. Like, I was like, ooh, yeah. And then it just fucking...
Yeah.
Broke
I hit the limiter. Yeah, but god damn it. You idiot. I'm going back out and get a goddamn 133 for sure. God dang it.
Yeah, you're going to leave the meth off.
Yeah, obviously, yes. Fucking moron.
No, it felt good. Here, especially, like, the way you're coming in and coming on the throttle just for a blip, just to...
Yeah. Trying to get it to rotate, trying. And you can, like, I can get it to slide, but it's not sliding fast.
Yeah. No, that's okay. Here, did you like when you came out?
Yeah,
just a little
100%.
further?
100%.
It made it sort of like a more straight line, and you're not so worried about the candy canes on the right.
And I wasn't fighting the wheel.
Yeah.
Normally, I'm kind of like having to shimmy the wheel a little bit. Damn.
You're there.
What'd I run besides that? You know?
No.
I'm just curious at least if I got consistent, you know what I mean?
I mean, did we do 3 hot laps?
Yeah, that was my third.
Sure.
I hope so.
Well, I mean, we fucked this one up for sure. If it's not.
Oh yeah, I thought that was
he
it.
was waving checker. He was definitely waving checker when we came.
That's what I thought, yeah. Idiot. Fucking idiot. I need to probably retune the old car a little bit. Or like clean it up with the method. I mean, I'm not going to use it now, but motherfucker. I can't believe it. Cannot believe that. That's funny. That is super funny. In a non-good way.
I mean, it just is what it is.
What's up, Tim? Oh, that's funny. All right, so here's the end of the video. Or this, data log goes with the end of the video. I'm normally at 8 to 10 pounds, weather dependent, right? But typically like 8 pounds in the heat. So here I am on that, last straight coming up to turn 14, and you can see throttle's at 58. But from 6,400 RPMs or 6,500, 3.4 pounds of boost, 7,200 to making 17.6. You can see the throttle. I'm just kind of modulating to scrub some speed. Now I'm about to go into turn 14. So I go from let's just say fucking, what is this? What is it, 7 grand, 5.6 to 7,400. I'm making 20 pounds of boost, and I'm at 60% throttle, and the car just starts fucking having a conniption. I don't know what it is. Go to fourth. I am 100% throttle now, so we're at 5,200 RPMs at 4 pounds of boost. To 5,800 RPMs, I'm at 20 pounds of boost hitting my cut. To give some perspective, same spot, right? That little tiny straight area, kind of modulating the throttle, just whatever. Coming around turn 14, look, see 7.2 pounds. This is the lap right before it. There's fourth gear, just kind of chilling all the way. All right, so if you see that last turn, turn 14, I was coming around it, I gassed it, and the car just started breaking up. Went to fourth, and I was like, all right, what the hell? And I thought it was the meth, because I'll admit, my buddy Matt was kind of encouraging me in the passenger seat. I saw my last time, or my first lap was like a 134.8 or something. My PB is like a 134.4. So I was like, all right, okay, cool. I think I'm gonna have it. And I flipped the meth switch, which gave me an extra, I think I put like an extra pound of boost, maybe 2, that's it. Just to inch me out a little bit, just so I can get, you know, whatever, get a 133 potentially. I don't need that extra power, but I was just kind of, I don't know, wanting to do it. So immediately thought it was the meth. I thought maybe it was breaking up, whatever. I didn't even look at the boost gauge. So cool. After that, I kind of just drove fine. I did a cool down lap. I didn't really try to get on it again, but it drove fine. Get off the track, go out to go for session 2, which I'm not even gonna show you. And during the warm-up lap on the short straight, I kind of gassed it, did the same thing. I was like, all right, well, something's wrong here. So put the hazards on, drove around, got off the track, cool. I pulled the data log and I'm like, holy crap, you know, that's a lot of boost. What's going on? Look at the wastegate lines, I'm gonna show you, but basically the reference line just melted. So it had no reference and it was just trying to, you know, boost to the moon, is what it is. I was able to drive the car home, just couldn't really give it much more than like 25% throttle, and got it home. The wife was like, yo, you already paid, you might as well still drive. So I pretty much came home, grabbed the S. She wasn't driving that day, she had a little bit of a headache. So I took that out for the first time, and that car's a blast. It's awesome. I was able to pull up like a 140.4 or something like that. I might throw the footage in here or not, I'm not sure. But it was chaotic that day. And my goal each time I keep going out is to like focus on one turn. So what I was focusing on was the last turn in the straight. I'll kind of get more into that a little bit later, what I planned on doing. But for now, I already ordered new parts. This is the same kit I used the first go around that's on the car already. Just all these other attachments are on the back of the intake manifold. The only difference is I also bought some sleeve tape or some, you know, fire sleeve. This setup held in the car for whatever it is now, coming up on 3 years, a whole season tracking it, plus another 2 events, another track. The stuff held up fine. It's just a little close. The engine bay, if you're already aware, right, super cramped, and it is what it is. So the fire sleeve, if you know, if that's gonna save it, fantastic. So let me rip the bumper off here. This should be a pretty quick fix. I'm also draining the catch can, and I'm gonna add a petcock to the bottom of that, just to make draining easier, so I'm not gonna pull the whole can out every time. Not the end of the world, I'm just gonna make it easier. So let's start with taking the bumper off. So first, to make my life a little bit easier, I just removed one of the end plates. I don't have to take this off, but it just makes it a struggle. It's faster just to take this off. Next step, just kind of pull some pins here. 1, 2. All right. Pull it a little bit. Same thing for over here. Except this side now I'm gonna pull off first. The only reason I have to take the end plate off is because this will end up hitting it, and it's just kind of a hassle to get it over it. You can, but this is actually attached to the bumper. So the button's pushed. I'm just gonna kind of pull that around a little bit. It's a bit harder now that I added foam to the bottom of it, but so it's far enough apart now I can disconnect the lights. Our rods are just going to be guided through. And she's off. So the foam I was talking about, so I can have the splitter leveled. I ended up just throwing some foam down here, which is obviously expanded now, but it's all around the front of the bumper to basically help the air seal, and it obviously compresses once it's on there. All right, so some removal of more ducting here. There's all foam shoved up in here. It's all some Allens. Now that the 3 bolts are out, this whole piece should just kind of come up. Be a little stiff, but as you can see, it's already, she's kind of in there. Especially with the foam. Some foam may rip off, but it's cheap and replaceable. And here's the shroud. I don't think I ever showed this, but basically welded some pieces together and then threw some Honda Bond all over it and some plastic weld just to kind of close some stuff off. So now we can actually get a pretty good look at this. So let's see here. Check that out, man. Look at that. So here's the fitting, right? There's the wastegate fitting. And you notice the fitting is still on the wastegate, or this vacuum line. But if you look, the innards of it are completely blown out of it. And the tube is still on there. Let me, probably need both hands, but I'm gonna remove this. Like I said, I did cut these at the track, that's why they're not connected. Well, the problem's pretty easy, right? I mean, there it is. Check that out. The innards came out of the other line, out of the other housing, and fused itself to that one. There's the innards. And they're just kind of sealed shut. Pretty sweet. Well, should be a relatively pretty quick fix. I think I had a small coolant leak there too. Not in anything crazy. I wasn't leaving any coolant in the radiator, but tighten those fittings up while we're down here. All right, so here's what we're working with. Cut 2 lines a little bit extra longer. Wrapped up with fire sleeve. Now I'm gonna see if I can get them to fit through my little opening I made down here. Route them in, and I'm gonna try to put the fire sleeve even over this if possible. So let's see. All right, so I've done quite a bit since the last clip. So the lines are in. DEI fire sleeve is on the 2 of them. They're rerouted over there. I also decided to put one on the coolant. I never had one on this AN line, but I put it on there now. Bled the coolant, and what I decided to do was swap out. This is a SPAL 1640 CFM fan, I believe. And I went over to their next biggest one, which is a 1870 CFM fan. It barely fits in there. It is super tight. I'm gonna have to make sure that the radiator is pulled as far forward as I possibly can once I mount the plate to it. So I haven't overheated yet, but coming off the 3rd lap in like the middle of summer, like 100 degrees, the coolant temp did hit like 212, and it was not a big deal to me because that was the last lap. I wasn't going again. The next lap was the cool down lap, and the car cooled down like it would. So I'm just kind of trying to, you know, give myself some room for the summer here, and if it's, you know, better, then awesome. I know the real answer would be to just run some giant full size. As you can see with my current setup, it's not that easy. It would just require a giant overhaul between pushing the whole intercooler forward, running a touch radiator that would have to come like from here over here, and it would basically have to sit at least where the intercooler is, which would mean the intercooler would come out further, like I said. And the other issue is I can't find any like 8-inch fans that would fit in these tiny tucked radiators that like really pull some CFMs. So I already did a CFM test before. I've done it every time I bought a new radiator fan, but I'm gonna put a clip in here real quick of a second ago here before I swap fans and after fans. So I'm gonna end this video here. Everything took a turn for the worst, I'll say. A little frustrated. I told myself not to do this, and I did it, and then, well, there it is. So, radiator's on the ground, and well, there's nothing there anymore. So, what had happened was, right there, you should be able to see, punctured it. So, this motor is quite a bit bigger, and it was just kind of barely touching, right? Just a little bit. So when I was mounting my new bracket, I was trying to pull the radiator forward just a little bit to get off of it. And during that process, I said, hey, you should just remove this and drill it. Moral of the story is I did not. I drilled it like an idiot, and I went through the panel and then went boop and just poked the radiator and started leaking. Didn't leak that bad because it was at the top of the radiator, but I've already ordered a new one right now. Drained this radiator, pulled it out, and it is what it is. So we know the fan will work. I'll just kind of transfer that stuff over to the new radiator when the time comes. I think what I'm gonna do too at this time is, now you guys can really see, right? These fittings are almost touching the intercooler already as is. So I think what I'm gonna do is try to move the intercooler forward like maybe an inch max, and then move the radiator as far forward as I can again as well, maybe like half of an inch. I might have to do some massaging over here and whatnot, but just to give it some more clearance back there. But the fan looked like it was gonna do well. I was basically getting ready to drive the car and take it for a test drive, and then when I came back, I was gonna install this sweet new EFP Motorsports gauge bezel here. That is gonna be for the next video now. And just frustrated. This is what it is, right? Luckily I don't have a track day. I think I was gonna do the next practice day on Memorial Day weekend, so I got a little bit of time. Hopefully the radiator ships out, and we'll get that put in the car. And next video might have some intercooler moving forward a little bit to allow for the radiator and just some other stuff. So stay tuned. And so stay tuned. Again, appreciate everybody for watching. I know I haven't posted a lot recently. I think this next event, I really am going to try to do it. And that's vlog from the very start of my day to the end of my track day. Not this Memorial Day weekend one. I'll film some stuff for that, just laps, but the actual event, just so I get so many questions about, from stuff for how big is the track? Is it autocross? Just all kinds of just random stuff. So I'd rather just do a start to finish of me and the wife going, and just seeing where it goes, basically. Just see if that answers a bunch of questions that people have, and just sort of what it's like going to San Diego Speedway out here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So I appreciate everybody for watching. If you guys have any comments, concerns, you want to tell me I'm dumb, I shouldn't have drilled that. I know, it is what it is, but I appreciate everybody, and stay tuned for the next video.